Hello everyone, hope we're having an amazing day so far. Thought I'd share something. Dave's got something to say. It's official. I'm extremely pleased to announce that I'm no longer working my job anymore. I'm leaving the life of employment and I'm going to be pursuing my endeavors with the home-based business, the Kangen Water. You've probably heard me affectionately call it Sexy Water. It's sort of my brand. And I'm going to be teaming up with our team called the Global Prosperity Movement, or GPM. I'll tell you more about that in a second. I was introduced to this project a little over a year ago and doing it very part-time, and until I've got to the stage where I've realized that this is the real deal. This is something that I can truly make a difference in my life, the people closest to me, and to everybody in the world. So I just really started having serious problems focusing on my job. You know, if you're like me, you subscribe to the program of go to school, get a job, follow the system, and life just works itself out. Well, I've been around the block long enough to know this really isn't for me. I got my university degree, college diploma, and then got in the world of prosthetics. I always wanted to be in the health sector. I loved helping people. I loved, health, fitness, athletics. The field's always evolving, and there's good money in it. There really is. And I thought I'd have myself a nice little career here. I worked this for a number of years, and well, it didn't take long for me to figure out that it just wasn't going to provide me with the life that I wanted. I didn't like the idea of being stuck in a building from 8 till 4. Making somebody else rich and scraping by for a little bit more money and holidays. I think I was up to about 3 weeks, 15 days. I don't know what you can do in 15 days over the course of the year and really be happy. So, it was an interesting job. It was fun. I loved helping the people. I loved the guys that I worked with, especially the patients. Prosthetic patients, they are amazing. They've got this attitude that nothing can stop me. It was extremely inspiring. I learned a lot from them. So at this point, I started asking myself, what do I want to do? I'm in my mid-late 20s. What do I want to do? I want to travel. Figured I'm as good as I'm going to get at this job. And if I don't go now, then I may never, and I'd probably end up regretting it, if I don't. It ended up being the best decision ever. I saved money, 2 jobs, and then I left for around the world. 29 countries that year, 29. Opened up my eyes to the beautiful world around us. So many great places, cultures, and people. I think I learned how to say thank you and toilet in about a dozen languages. And awesome. Always learn how to say awesome wherever you go. Puts a big smile on everyone's face. I also saw people that were working remotely and loving life. How'd they do that? I always wondered, how did you do that? And that kind of opened up my eyes to life as an entrepreneur. And it makes me think now of a documentary I watched called Rise of the Entrepreneur. Really changed my outlook on life. I'll tell you more about that in a sec. But what a year that was. I learned a lot about myself. I remember when I got home having a huge travel hangover. Have you ever had that before? You go out and see the world and you come back to your bubble and you're just kind of stuck. Everyone's like, oh, how's your trip? I didn't know what to do. It was really, really tough for me. So I did the obvious thing. I got another job. Now, this time I switched it up for something that I thought I was good at and I have better control over. Now, I'm a bit of a yapper. I still want to be in the health sector, so I got into the world of medical sales. It's a good field, and you're able to kind of control your own destiny a little bit more. You can set your own schedule with appointments and hours. Although you're still working for the man, now you're more or less self-employed. The harder you work, the more you get paid in the form of commissions. I think it's extremely fair. Now, for me, the best part of getting into sales is the personal development that you do. It's not an easy field to get into. You've got to deal with a lot of rejections, a lot of independent work. You've got to be disciplined, and if you want to be the best, you got to learn from the best. So I started listening to guys like Robert Kiyosaki, Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins, Donald Trump, those guys. And I started listening to their advice. Some of the major things that I learned that I'll share with you. One of the big ones, yeah. So you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. Okay? Makes sense, right? If you hang with losers, you're going to get loser results. hang with positive people, you're going to have happier days. You know, start hanging with champions and you become a champ, right? So that became a big thing for me. And like with the global prosperity movement, everybody works hard, works their tail off to help each other. It's awesome. You don't see that in the usual work environment. One of the other things too is you got to start trimming out the negative influences in your life. Trim the fat. You got somebody that's a downer, or that's telling you can't do things, or they're just constantly, victims. You got to push them aside. You're not going to be able to have the results you want when you're hanging out with people with that kind of negative attitude. Related to this too, that I learned is you got to be extremely careful, who you take your advice from. Most of us listen to family and friends, of course. These are the people that we hang out with. They care about us. Problem is, most don't know how to live their dreams. Live the life of their dreams. I'm not saying they don't want that for you, but if they're not happy with life, don't have financial success, don't have, successful relationships, then why would you listen to the suggestions that they have for you? It doesn't make sense. You got to search out the champs and do what they do. Okay? And really, probably the most powerful thing that anyone can ever do for themselves is to do what you want. What gives you that fire inside? Go for it. Don't listen to what other people think you should do. Find what you're good at, what makes you happy, and go for it. Don't just follow the path of least resistance. If you don't, you're just going to feel unfulfilled, bored. Okay? All right, so all this yapping, that's kind of got me to where I am today. Still with me? Stick around. This is good stuff. Okay, so over the course of the year during this developmental pilgrimage with our team, we've been focusing a lot on goals, our dreams, facing our fears, business. Okay, so this documentary, Rise of the Entrepreneur, this really opened up my eyes. And the word entrepreneur, business owner, it's always kind of scared me. I figured that, you'd have to have like a major business background or a ton of money. I didn't have any of that. What I knew though is, I wanted to have the life that they have. They're making a major difference in the world and they're able to do what they want. Money's not really an issue. They travel around, they spend time with their kids. They're not stuck in a building or rush hour traffic forever. Anyway, so after learning a little bit more about it, I clued in that you don't need to have all this business and background and money. That what you need is a system that works. Right? You need to have a team to partner with, you need a vision, you need desire to succeed. And that's what we've got here with the Kangen business. Like I've seen so many people do amazing things. It's right there. It's right there. That's when I've really clued in that sexy water is a gold mine. Okay, so it's pretty cool. So message me later at some point and I'll tell you about this documentary. Maybe it'll do something for you too. Okay, so taking off, leaving the job, is there fear there? Shit, yeah, of course. Sorry, Mom. But yeah, of course. This is something that's out of my comfort zone. It's, But ask me if there's any doubt in pursuing this. No way. None at all. We've got the team, the company, the system. The numbers don't lie. Results don't lie. And the product works extremely well. Oh, I haven't even talked about the water yet. Okay, real quickly. I'll give you a little water pitch here. So it's from a company from Japan. It's been around 40 years called Enagic, and they found a way of making perfect water. Now, when I first heard about this, I remember thinking, water, well, whatever, water's water. We live in Vancouver. We've got the best stuff there is. Well, not really. I've learned a lot about this, and one of the things that you want to think about is that our bodies are over 70% water, right? And if our bodies are 70% water, you've got to put the best water inside of you. Makes sense, right? Now, if you're breathing crappy, smoggy air from downtown Hong Kong, you're going to feel different than if you're breathing, fresh air up in the mountains over there. If you're eating food from McDonald's, you're going to feel different than if you're eating healthy, fresh, organic vegetables. So it makes sense to drink the best water, right? Now, some of the things that I've seen from drinking the water, like for me, it's the energy. I drink a glass of this in the morning and boom, I am super alert. I don't need to drink coffee anymore. My mother drank this for a week and her acid reflux was greatly reduced. I know Shane and Dee from our team, they've been drinking the water and their arthritis is just gone. So I know these are crazy health claims, and I'll never say that it's the cure for anything, but when the body runs optimally, it brings it to a level of balance where it's able to fight, right, and cure itself. That's what our bodies are meant to do. So, pretty awesome. That's my water pitch. I'll leave it at that. Really, you gotta go for it. Just make it happen. Like my travels, if I didn't go for it, I've always wondered what if. And look what happened. It's the best thing ever for me. I look back on it fondly. Like 10 years ago today, it's now what? February, middle of February, I would have been in Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City. Okay, so here's one for you. Scooters outnumber cars about 100 to 1 in, used to be Saigon, now it's Ho Chi Minh City, and their streets are massive. There's just hundreds of scooters booting around, and they don't have any street lights. To cross the street, you just got to give her. You see all the white people, the tourists, all trying to dodge all the scooters, and it's almost causing accidents. You just watch the locals, and they just walk right out there, and all the scooters just dodge it. Anyway, like that's something I look back on fondly. Pretty funny. You know, I think chasing your dreams is worth taking a risk for. You know, and for me, like, what's the worst case scenario? I go back to a job, whatever, it's fine. I know I can get a good one, and I'll survive. You know, I'll be able to provide for my family, but that's not really what I want. I want a lot more than that. I want to be able to make a big difference in the world, and working a regular job hasn't been doing that for me. Okay, I've got a vision. 38 years old now. I want to hit my 40 countries by 40, so I've got 3 more to go there. I want to start a family in the next few years, and you know, I see myself kicking a soccer ball with my kids on the beaches of Indonesia. You know, I want to make it with my wife in Okinawa on a nice, beautiful walk. We've only got so much time in the world, so I want so much time, each of us here in the world. So I want to be all over the place, helping to share health and prosperity, and that's what we've got here with the business. Okay. It's one of my favorite things about the business is how well we work together and how we're saving lives. Everybody who gets involved thanks us for being the stand. You know, a lot of people are going to be skeptical and saying, "Oh, I don't want to be part of that. This is some sort of a scheme." You know, system works. It's not a scheme. So anyway, with our team, like, it's pretty awesome. We're going to be changing a lot of lives. I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick here. I know I've been yapping for almost 13 minutes here. Jamie Brock, thank you for being a stand for me, introducing the water to me and our team, and for really being an awesome friend and mentor. I've learned a lot from you, and I look forward to everything we're going to do in the future. Balaj Cardos, you truly are the leader of leaders. What you're doing for all of us is truly remarkable, and you are going to be a monster in this industry. Shane Carling, you are a great health coach, and I'm really pleased to be part of your team. And you know, coming to your place on Tuesday nights, watching you go from that little tiny apartment to that downtown penthouse doing your presentations is pretty awesome. Everybody else in GPM, amazing. We are going to change a lot of lives. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Just say thank you for listening. I know I've been yammering on a little while here, but I hope there's something in here that's for you. You know, something to think about. I've really wanted to share this. It's been a long time coming, and I finally got that fire inside, something that I've been missing for a long time. You know what I mean? It's been far too long, and I'm happy to share this with you. Anyone interested in trying out the water and see what it can do for you, let me know. It's free. Just turn on my tap. There you go. If you're interested in seeing what the global prosperity movement's all about and and our business model, then message me, Facebook, whatever, and we'll set something up. If I'm annoying you and you think this is stupid, let me know too. You know, it's fine. I won't bother you any further, but this is something that you really need to see. It really is something for everyone. Okay, so there you go, a little something from me to you. I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for your time. Love you. Off.